Yesterday was definitely one of the hardest days of my life. It was pretty bad. Um, it just I felt really lost in life and stuff, and I just felt sad. I woke up and I kind of had massive stutter. What? um, I could definitely tell. In like the past week and a half or so, that I was kind of on like the downward slump of feeling just kind of down and stuff. And I could kinda tell, I was not feeling the best, but I woke up and I felt done, bro. I felt I felt completely cooked, and I just didn't wanna do anything. I woke up at, like, 7:30, 8-ish. I let my dog out, and then I went back up into my bed, and I did not do anything at all. I just laid in my bed, and I didn't get up until about noon because I felt like I should do something even though I didn't wanna do anything. Like, I genuinely everything just seemed miserable, playing Minecraft, talking with friends, anything. Everything that I usually enjoy just seemed miserable. I just laid in my bed and watched YouTube, and I didn't wanna do anything else because I felt sad, I felt miserable, I felt meaningless. Everything just felt weird, you know? I felt so down on it. So at noon, I decided to get up and do something. So I logged on an SMP I'm in, and I just started playing for about an hour or so. And it was okay. It didn't help me feel a lot better or anything, but it kind of was fun, and it was a nice distraction away from just kind of feeling a bit down and low. So I did that for about an hour, and then around 1, I decided I should get some food. And then I didn't get food. It was lunchtime. I hadn't had breakfast, and I didn't have the energy to get lunch. I just felt so low and down that I didn't wanna do it. So I just got back in my bed, and I laid in there for about another 2.5 hours. So at, like, 3:30, I got up again because I didn't know what to do. I just been sitting in my dark room the entire day pretty much, just feeling sad and miserable. And then I got on a server, on, like, a test server for, SPMN, a different one, and I just started playing with a bunch of my friends and stuff, and we just kinda we messed around and trolled and just we had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And we did that for a while, and then eventually I kinda got bored, so I logged off. And then I was just kinda stuck, and I didn't know what to do. Again, I felt kind of back in that moment, that feeling of just like, "Okay, now what?" Because nothing else seemed fun. Like, my friends wanted to VC, but I was the last thing I wanted to do because I was in a bad mood. So I I just sat there and I did nothing. I literally did nothing for so long, and I wanted to do anything I could to get out of this feeling, but I just felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't. And I there was nothing I could do. There was nothing that I did. It's not like I just did this one magical thing. So I just sat there for a while. I played Minecraft and I was into VC for a bit more, but I barely talked or anything. It was miserable for everybody because I was so clearly low. I was very much contemplating life, and I just felt miserable. And eventually, I decided I just wanted to go to bed. It's pretty late at this point, and I just kind of wanted to go to bed, get this day over with, because it was a really, really rough day. So I got into the shower and stuff because I wanted to shower before I went to bed. Um, and I decided to take a cold shower because throughout the entire month of January, that's all I did every single day. I took a cold shower every day, and it was so nice. And I only took an actual like full cold shower a few times where it's like cold the entire time. Okay, hang on, watch this. So I'm at half a heart, right? I fly away to heal. I almost die because I almost don't clutch, and I heal, right? And then I go immediately back, and then watch this, bro. This guy calls me a wimp. I I was laughing. I thought that was so funny, and especially you'll see what happens in a few minutes, or I guess like a minute. It was so funny. Anyway, so I decided to take a cold shower, and I don't take a full cold shower. I take a a somewhat cold shower. It's what I did for pretty much all of January, where I started with a normal hot shower, and then over time I slowly went to the full coldest setting and stuff. So I did that, and it honestly did help a decent amount. It wasn't like immediate click or fix or anything, but it did help a decent amount. So I did that, and then I got out of the shower, and then I still was just in that mood, and I was like, I want to do anything to get out of this. I need something, and then I remembered something that I've been wanting to do for so long that I've just never gotten myself to really do, which is meditate. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm desperate, bro. I have nothing else to do. So I pulled up a playlist on Spotify on my phone of peaceful meditation music, and honestly, I'm gonna link in the description for anybody who wants to meditate because, dude, magical playlist. It was epic, bro. And I literally just sat on the floor, right? I closed my eyes. I set a timer for 10 minutes. And honestly, 10 minutes sounds like a long time. And I thought I was screwed. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that for 10 minutes. But it was actually really good. Honestly, it went by really fast. And when my alarm went off, I honestly didn't want to stop. I was kind of sad. So I did that. And I closed my eyes and just sat down on the floor. And I just sat there in silence other than the music. And I did that. Also, this is what I was talking about, right? So I'm attacking this guy. I'm kind of cooking him. He's repotting. And then he gets low and he flies away. He does the same thing. So I was like, okay, hang on. So I put in quotes wimp, kind of like teasing him and stuff. And I just thought it was so funny. And then he died by accident because he like hit the ground. And he's on super low health. Dude, I thought that was so funny. I thought it was so funny, bro. He just did the same thing. So I thought it was kind of goofy. So I teased him a bit. But then he doubles down on it because in a second, he types a chat and he calls me a no life. He calls me like, look at that, look at that. I thought it was so goofy, bro. But anyway, so I sat down and started meditating, just listening to the music, and I just let myself think. That's all I did. I just sat there and I thought. And I was kind of a struggle for a bit. I felt like I had so many thoughts moving around, so I kind of just I wanted to think, but I didn't want to think that much. So I literally just got myself to try not to think and just think slow. And I wanted to think of something that would make me happy. So I decided to think of times that I was happy. And I like unlocked so many childhood memories and stuff. Like so many some that I've never thought of at all, not even once. And some that I have thought of, but it was in like a different feeling. It felt deeper and stuff. And like thinking about it now, like dude, so I went through so many. Like I don't know how I remembered all those, but they just came to me. And dude, being honest, I cried, bro. I genuinely cried thinking about all these memories that I haven't thought of in so long. It was amazing, dude. I felt so in the moment and stuff. And then my actual mind and body, like genuinely, it felt like what would happen in like a cartoon when they meditate, where they start like their soul starts like floating, bro, and they're like in like surrounded. Like I'm getting so hyped up about this, but like you like are closing your eyes and then like the universe is around you and everything else disappears and stuff. That's how it felt. It was like genuinely try it, bro. Even if like you're not like just upset or you just want to calm down, like just try it, bro. Because my goal is to try to do that every day for 10 minutes. I might bump it down to 5, but honestly, I enjoy the 10 minutes. So I'm trying to do that every single day, and I want to do it every single day. So I'm hoping I can, and I'm really excited because I'm gonna do it soon. But dude, it was insane, and it helped me so much. I felt so much better. And then I woke up today, and I was still kind of in that rut. And honestly, I'm still in that feeling lost vibe because it happens, you know. And I know my last commentary video was also feeling kind of like lost and like down and stuff. You know, I haven't been down this entire time. That was just a different point. But this one is definitely harder than the last one. This one feels a lot bigger. And you know what? It just happens. It really does, you know. Sometimes in life you just feel down. Sometimes you feel low and stuff. And it's part of it, you know. And it sucks. It really does suck. And it can make you really think and feel like that life isn't worth it. That life is just it's like it's a burden sometimes, you know. You just feel like, dude, I hate everything right now. I'm so miserable. But genuinely, it is worth it, you know, because the odds of you being here are so astronomically low. Like genuinely, really think about that. There has to be a reason that you're here, because you matter. Because there's a reason you have to be here. The odds of you being here are so astronomically small, bro. Like, think about it. You know, your parents had to meet at some point. They had to decide to fall in love, and they had to get married, and then they had to decide to have kids, and then they happened, and it was you, and then your grandparents also had to meet. It's like it's so many coincidences that it's not a coincidence, you know. There's a reason you're here. And again, life can feel like a burden. Life can feel overwhelming, but it's worth it because you're only in a low spot right now. So the happy moments that you're going to experience and face are going to be so much better because you can't have these happy moments without these low moments. Because then, if you're always happy, you're going to be miserable because you don't feel happy because you're always happy. So it's just the same feeling every day. But you have to go through these low periods, these really, really low periods that almost feel like they're never going to end. That way, the happy moments in the future feel so much better. They actually feel real. They feel deeper. They feel more meaningful because you get to look at them and think, only a few months ago, I was miserable and I felt like life would never get better. And now I'm here. And I'm the happiest I've ever been, all because I stuck through it, you know? So, moral of the story, life sucks sometimes. We all go through low points. Sometimes, people right now are in the happiest they've ever been. Some people are in the lowest. I'm definitely on the low point right now, but it's not going to last forever, you know? You may be struggling right now, but you're going to be happy at one point. And you may be happy right now, and you might hit a low point again, but it won't last forever. You just got to push through. And sometimes small things, they do help, like meditating. Again, I'm linking that playlist in the description, bro. That music helps so much, bro. So do things that make you happy. Stay positive. It can suck sometimes, but just know you're not alone. Everybody goes through it. And if you are at a low point right now, just know I'm right there with you. All right. I'm not just a voice. I'm not just a Minecraft character. I am a genuine person right now talking to you. All right. I am a human on the same planet as you that right now is doing something. Right now, as you're listening to this, I am doing something. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys do okay. Look in the mirror today. Say something nice to yourself. Make sure to smile at yourself today. Stay positive, and you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.